So in this video we're going to look at an example of a local renewable energy scheme in a NE, which is providing sustainable supplies of energy. And the example we have looked at are solar cookers in Nigeria. So solar cookers have been launched, the company that we looked at, the charity, was Solar International, and they create solar cookers made out of cardboard on the outside, and on the inside there is a layer of reflective material, foil, so that the sun's energy can come down. There's a lovely happy sun. Let's put some cool sunglasses on him. So the sun's energy comes down into the solar cooker, bounces off the reflective foil, and inside there is a large cooking pot, so that the people using the solar cookers can cook their food using the energy from the sun. They can also sterilise water in the same method. They leave it out during the day, and during the day the heat from the sun bounces off the surfaces and causes the food to then heat up and cook or sterilise the water, therefore providing nutritious food for many rural people in Nigeria. This has been particularly useful in sort of the more northern rural areas, countryside, and it has had a positive impact on the well-being of the people in rural Nigeria. One of the positive impacts, because of the improved diet as a result of being able to cook more effectively, is improved life expectancy. It's supposed to be a little heartbeat being recorded, and there's a little fork at the end to show the food that they're consuming. Secondly, because it sterilises water, or can be used to sterilise water, so where people collect it from local water sources, be that a river, a lake, even wells, they can sterilise the water, and it has had very positive impacts on the number of diarrheal diseases. There are much fewer cases of diarrheal diseases, which can lead to premature death if untreated, because diarrhea can lead to dehydration and then in severe cases can lead to death. So therefore we've had improvement in life expectancy of quality of food. We've also then had reduction in diarrhea cases and sterilising of water. Not only have people benefited, but the environment has also benefited. There is no longer a need for firewood, or as much firewood, and therefore it has reduced the rates of deforestation. So we have lots of very happy trees in Nigeria, which is where we've looked at solar cookers have been used, which is particularly useful in Nigeria as they have had rapid rates of deforestation. And this is one small way to try and reduce deforestation in rural areas of Nigeria. Now, not only can they be given these by the charity, they cost about £5, they can be made out of recycled material. So repairs can be made to the solar cookers. They are a simple and appropriate technology, and they can be repaired using waste material found in scrap yards, but particularly in cigarette wrappers, because you've got cardboard, you've got the foil that you can put on the inside and patch up any potentially broken parts. So this is an example of a local renewable energy scheme using solar power, and Solar International was the charity we looked at. So it cooks the food, so there's a longer life expectancy and so improves quality of life. Sterilises the water, so diarrhoea cases have fallen by 40%. So there's longer life expectancy, improving quality of life, ability to work more, then provide for the family, being able to then send children to school and such like. And can be made from recycled materials. There's less need for fuel wood, so it's protecting habitat, species diversity, also reducing the impact on climate change because there's no greenhouse gases produced while this is used from solar energy, therefore reducing climate change. And also the trees take in the CO2, so if more trees are kept and maintained, taking CO2 and reducing that process. Is it sustainable? Yes. Socially, economically, as women who have these solar cookers can then sell the food that they cook, and it's relatively cheap and they can repair them themselves, and environmentally. However, there are limitations. The sun's energy obviously is limited to when the sun is out. In the midday sun is its strongest, so that's going to be the best time of day to cook. And there are unfortunately times when there's rain and therefore the sun isn't out, so there will be some times where fuel will be needed to do traditional fire cooking. This is an example we've used for Nigeria, our country study of a knee and how aid has had an impact in the country. So you can use this for two things: an example of local renewable energy for your resources topic on energy, but also aid in Nigeria.